right, good morning or afternoon or evening, depending on where you are. I want to thank you guys again for joining another session in Mastering of RMM. We're continuing today with our PSA integration, some great topics today on troubleshooting your PSA integration with RMM, and we'll kick it away. Please take it, Akalesh.
Yeah. Thanks, Jason. So, hi everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon. So, I am Akhilesh. I am the product owner for the PSA integrations. Welcome you all for today's session for PSA integrations. I just want to convey that we have had one session yesterday where we talked about how to set up the PSA integration and what are the mappings are there in the PSA integrations. So in case you haven't watched that particular video, we will recommend you to go and watch that particular video after this session as well. So in today's session, I am going to talk about the troubleshooting mechanism for PSA integrations. So uh, in PSA integration, you configure entities like ticket, asset, and billing between two solutions, which is the RMM solution and the PSA solutions. So on the right hand side, you can see the reporting page for the PSA integrations. So what is the agenda for today, or what comes into the mind when I say troubleshooting in PSA integration? So first thing is company side mapping. So this is the foundational step or the first step we recommend everybody to do. So company side mapping is the when I say company side mapping, I suggest that mapping between RMM site and company with respect to ConnectWise site and company. So this particular mapping is essential for us because this mapping gives system an idea what is the destination or the end goal of the integrations going to be. So we recommend everybody to have the company side mapping completed. Then second, what is the second step when we say troubleshooting? So second step is self service mechanism, which is present at the finish button. So we might have observed, or the technician at your side also observed that there are certain issues observed due to inconsistency or incomplete mapping in the PSA integrations. So recently we have released a self service mechanism for PSA integration partner as well. So this particular self service mechanism gets triggered at the finish button. So in case you see any failures which arises due to incomplete mapping, you just have to traverse through the wizard at till the end and click on the finish button which is present on the wizard, so that that particular self service mechanism job will get triggered and it will correct the issues or errors that are present in the system between the PSA integration, RMM and PSA integrations. Third thing is how you can know that your system or the PS integration system has errors. So we have started with error email notifications also. So you will be receiving email notifications for ticket, asset, and billing error categories. So I'll talk about the error notification categories in the later slides also. And last one is the resync or the pausing functionality. So in the troubleshooting steps, the fourth step is pretty much important because it will help you to remove any kind of errors which are present in the system. So next, uh, so next one is what are the email notifications? What are the email notifications? So after analyzing the errors our partners have for the PSA integrations, we have categorized over 14 email categories for ticket sync failures that we have observed, and we have clubbed those multiple errors together and created one particular category. So in the email notifications, you will be receiving email for any one of the error categories. In that particular email, we will be providing you with the troubleshooting steps also. So your work will be, after you receive an email, you just have to follow the steps which are mentioned in the email, and that particular steps will help you to resolve the error at your end only. So this is the sample I have. This is the sample screenshot that I have for one of the email error notification category. So this particular email we send partners in case of ticket sync failures. So this is the error code 1007. So we have identified that certain times partner do not complete the site mapping between RMM and PSA solutions. So in that particular issue, so if any tickets are failed due to error code 1007, you will be receiving this particular email. So in this particular email, on the right hand side, you can see the troubleshooting steps also mentioned. So your work will be to go through the troubleshooting steps and make those particular changes at your end also. So we have added certain subsections also in the troubleshooting steps. So in case you want to explore more, you can always go towards that link and read what are the best practices are there for setting up the PSA integrations. And in case you have any issues, you can always reach the PSA support team. But the troubleshooting steps are very thorough and are very easy for you, so that any one technician at your end can follow that particular steps and remove the errors by himself or herself. So these particular emails I talked about is about ticket sync. Similar error email notification we have started for asset sync error also. So in case you have any asset attributes did not get synced to the PSA system, in that time also you will receive email notifications in the similar format along with the troubleshooting steps. The billing sync, for the billing sync errors, we observed that billing sync errors are pretty straightforward, so we are displaying those particular error on the UI itself. But we have started error email notification for billing sync also for one of the categories. So in the end we have added the links also about what all email we send, we currently send partners for ticket, asset and billing sync failures. So anyways, you can go through that particular links and you can check what are the error codes or the email categories we have created for ticket, asset and billing sync. So after making the changes at your end, next step will be to correct that particular issues or the mapping at your end. So that particular thing will get triggered once you click on the ReSync button, which is present on the PSA ticket integration reports page. So once you click on ReSync, all the errors or the issues which are present in the systems which where you have followed our email notification troubleshooting steps will get resolved, and that particular issue will get fixed. So after clicking on resync button, you will see that we have added resync functionality for all three sync functionalities, be it ticket, be it asset or be it billing. You can multi-select the options whichever way you want to proceed with. You can go ahead with single ticket, asset and billing resync functionality, or if you are seeing errors only with ticket sync, you can you can check the checkbox for ticket sync only and click on resync, so that that particular error will go away if you have followed the troubleshooting steps thoroughly. So we recommend everybody to go towards the three steps which we earlier talked about. Next one, in the left hand side of the resync button is the pause sync functionality. So in case you are having any maintenance activity at your end and you do not want the sync to happen between that particular time period, so what you can do is you can anyways click on pause sync, so that the RMM system will not be syncing anything into your PSA system. So after your maintenance work is completed, any after that time you can anyways click on the resume sync, and all the tickets, asset or billing sync requests which were pending during that particular time period will get synced into the system. Next one is, so what I will be summarizing what I have talked about in this particular troubleshooting agenda or the session for today. So first, way we are recommending you is to configure your PSA integration via policy and packages itself. So this particular thing you can do via reporting page, where we have provided a toggle button. So while toggling on, you will be able to configure your PSA integration via policies and packages. And we have introduced this particular policy improvement uh, in the past couple of months, and we have observed that the partners who are using policies have less number of errors compared to the partners who are using the legacy configurations. Second one is always have a default package created. So once you create a policy for PSA integration, you should have a default package created at your end and include the PSA policy in that particular default package, so that in case you create a new site, so the settings for PSA policy will get applied to that particular site as well. Third point is the company site mapping between RMM and PSA is crucial, and you should complete that mapping as the first step while configuring the PSA to avoid failures for any of the sync entities. And last point is you will have to select the notification errors in the policy. So you should select the users which are active in the system, so that when we send email notification to them, they will be able to go through the troubleshooting steps and make the changes at your end also. So yeah, so that those are the best practices from our end that we recommend everybody. So over to you, Scott. You can talk about the educational assets we have for PSA integrations.
Fantastic, Achilles. Thanks so much for that great troubleshooting information. Once again, everybody, I'm Scott McQueenie, and I'm on the education team, and I just wanted to bring you some goodies, some stuff that you can look at beyond this session to kind of refresh your memory when it's time for you to go do this troubleshooting. I've got a document right here with that link on the QR code. It's just a document that talks about troubleshooting the REST APIs. So the integration is going to need the APIs. We'll do some troubleshooting there. And if we go to the next slide, I've got a couple of more QR codes, and these are related to specific asset code errors, or I got error codes for assets and error codes for tickets. If you look at each one of those, I've got a QR code for each one. Those are just to the documentation. So if you're doing some troubleshooting and you're getting a specific error code, well, this is going to be a list or repository of all those error codes that's going to help you figure out what's going on and maybe get it fixed. And last but not least, if we take a look at our next slide, tune in tomorrow, won't you? Why don't you join us for tomorrow's episode of As the RMM Turns? This is going to be a really cool session, which is session 1 of 2 around patching. This one's going to be around a best practice policy for OS and third-party patching. Lots of cool stuff. We look forward to seeing you there. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.